presumptive Republican presidential nominee Donald Trump has pushed so many insane conspiracy theories, and many of his supporters love it. In fact, he has many supporters because he has promoted a lot of insane conspiracy theories. RawStory found at least 58 different conspiracy theories promoted by Donald Trump. They range on everything from, I don't know, immigration to President Obama's birthplace and birth certificate. And my use of the term promoting is important because when questioned directly, sometimes Trump will be vague about whether he personally believes it. He'll say, whoa, well, I heard this, or such and such said it, but I'm not saying I necessarily believe it. I'm going to give you some examples here. I'm merely skipping around. We can't do all 58. Take a look. Here's a list, and I will just go through some of these. Birtherism. Of course, Donald Trump for years suggested that President Obama fabricated his birth certificate in order to pretend to be eligible to run for president. Donald Trump embraced the far-right conspiracy that President Obama didn't even write his book, Dreams from My Father. He mentioned that in a 2012 Fox News appearance. He also offered $50 million to charity if President Obama would release his college records, arguing Obama came out of nowhere. No one at Columbia University has heard of President Obama. President Obama wears a secret Muslim ring. This is a conspiracy theory created, if I recall correctly, by WorldNet Daily's resident conspiracy theorist Jerome Corsi. He also suggested and implied that the 1993 death of Vince Foster, an aide to then President Bill Clinton, was very fishy. This is, of course, one of the most researched suicides in the last 30 years. And you'll remember that in at least 3 separate interviews during the 2016 race, he claimed that Rafael Cruz, Ted Cruz's father, was involved in the assassination of President John F. Kennedy, which might strike you as odd. He also parroted a number of 9/11 related conspiracy theories, one that the attackers had girlfriends who fled to Saudi Arabia after the attacks, and also that there were thousands of Muslim Americans in New Jersey celebrating on 9/11. Of course, that's been widely debunked. He blames progressives because Christmas has disappeared. He says the entire boycotting of Starbucks because of their holiday red cups was part of the progressive move to eliminate Christmas. And he also has lied and said that President Obama manipulated immigration numbers. Of course, no evidence of that whatsoever. And then, Lewis, some common ones that we hear from many people. A presidential wannabe, Donald Trump, has claimed that the CDC was lying about Ebola, that vaccines cause autism, although he's since backed away from that climate change is a hoax, possibly invented by China, and a classic from Donald Trump, that the unemployment rate is really 42%, and that there is a massive, massive cover-up of that. We've delved into that in detail and totally debunked it. The sad thing, Lewis, and this is just a sampling of the 58 plus conspiracy theories that Donald Trump has promoted, I don't think it really matters. I don't believe that his supporters at this point would care if he said the moon landing was staged, because he is going well beyond that.
He's got the conspiracies that appeal to just about everyone, right? I mean, of 58 on that list, you might find a few that you might think, well, there might be something to that.
You think there's some conspiracy theories on that list that I like?
There might be.
Yeah.
And because some of them are way more outrageous than others. Some are pretty mild.
Did you find any you liked?
On this list that we showed here, no.
No,
but there are
okay.
many more. But this is, I think, part of the whole entertainer Trump thing. When you say things like this, it gets you a lot of attention.
Yeah.
And that's what Trump is all about.
And for people who are wondering whether Trump actually believes this stuff or not, it actually doesn't matter, because whether Trump actually believes this stuff or is willing to promote this stuff for political gain, even if he doesn't believe it, both realities are pretty damning. I actually don't think it's relevant whether he believes it or not.
That is true.
It's almost worse if he doesn't.
Well, maybe. He's playing politics, and it's maybe I would say worse if he does believe all of these things, because that might mean that he's not an ass, but an ass who is completely crazy.